Today on Monkey Life. Orangutan Sylvester undergoes a complex top-to-toe health check in preparation for graduating from the nursery and moving to a new home in Switzerland.
We've got a chair set up that we will put him into so that we can get the chest x-ray that they want.
New chimp Sasha goes outside for the first time and discovers a whole new world.
I don't think she's ever been on a climbing frame with such height and complexity before. It's all very new and exciting.
And a play pit of pine cones. Gizmo's group gets stuck in. Monkey World in Dorset, buried deep in the English countryside, is the largest sanctuary of its kind on the planet. The team, led by Dr. Alison Cronin, rescue and rehabilitate abused and unwanted primates from all over the world.
You just never know how it's going to work.
The park provides a home for more than 260 primates from 25 different species. At the park's hospital, the vet team are preparing for a very important health check.
If you clip him and then put a line in, and I'll do the TB test and get some bloods, and we need to check his microchip.
Getting to this point has been a long time coming, with a lot of hurdles to overcome. But the team are optimistic that finally everything is set for Orangutan Sylvester to move to a new home at Basel Zoo in Switzerland.
We're having Sylvester into the hospital for a basic health check, blood panel, chest x-rays, all of those things, because this is the first step in preparing Sylvester for his graduation from our orangutan nursery.
The health checks are very important and must be carried out in full before Sylvester is allowed to travel to Switzerland.
Moving him to Basel Zoo has various obligations in terms of doing health checks. They want to ensure that all of their animals remain healthy. And so whenever an individual is moved to a new place, it's often that they have full health check.
James from the primate care team has already given him an anaesthetic by hand injection. The 35-kilogram young adult is moved quickly from his house to the hospital, while being constantly monitored.
Great, thanks guys.
Once Sylvester is stable and intubated, vet Nick Masters can start the health check.
Sabby, we're going to take a lot of blood, aren't we? Because they want serum and EDTA, and you've got everything ready, OK?
Nick kicks off with blood samples. They'll be sent to a laboratory for numerous tests and analysis.
We're going to do, some routine profile on him just to look at his organ function and blood production and everything, but also the collection he's going to, and in general, we want to do some extra testing around viruses and have some material in a bank, etc.
With the lights dimmed, next Nick performs an ultrasound to examine Sylvester's vital organs and look for any abnormalities.
So all of this tissue here is liver, and this sort of bright white line is diaphragm, and you can see heart beating beyond it. It's quite a nice image. It looks very normal.
All good, all clear?
Yeah, it looks all completely normal to me.
Yay.
We'll move on to the TB test now.
It's a tricky procedure. A tuberculin solution is injected as close as possible into the edge of the upper eyelid. Sylvester will be checked every 24 hours for 3 days to see if he reacts to it. If he doesn't, it means he's all clear.
Super. OK, done with that.
Next, Nick checks his mouth and teeth.
Upper incisors are all there, aren't they? Nothing even chipped. Those are the same. Yeah, it looks absolutely excellent.
After the examination, it's time for X-rays. Orangutans have large, complex air sacs that extend from the throat sac under their armpits and around the back. And Basel Zoo want clear images of Sylvester's lungs.
We've got a chair set up that we will put him into and get his arms positioned upright so that we can get the chest X-ray that they want.
It means the young orangutan needs to be in an upright position.
Yeah. If somebody holds the tube for me.
Which isn't easy.
Okay, so we need to tape him on, right?
Once Sylvester is in position and secure, the X-ray is taken.
Yeah, that's very good. Okay, excellent.
Sylvester is quickly released from the awkward position, and the health check is complete. He can now be returned to his bedroom at the Orang nursery and brought round from the anaesthetic. It's been a textbook operation, and the time he was under anaesthetic was kept to a minimum.
He looks physically in really good shape. We had an opportunity to look really closely at his teeth, so we know his dental and his oral health looks excellent. We scanned his liver, and his liver looks completely normal. And the other thing, of course, we did was the X-ray. Again, they look really good, so.
As Sylvester begins to come round, he's unaware that he's one step closer to a new life as head of his own group. It's been a little over a month since the park welcomed 2 chimpanzees from Argentina, mother and son Sasha and Kangu. The pair have joined Brian's group, and introductions have been progressing, albeit with mixed results. Sasha has met everyone and is getting along particularly well with Brian and Nari. But Kangu's introductions haven't gone quite so well. Sasha is incredibly protective of her son and a little jealous when he meets the others. This causes him to become stressed and puts the rest of the group on edge. The chimp team are keen to move things on. Today they're going to let Sasha outside with 3 of the group, in the hope she'll be too occupied to notice when Kangu is meeting other chimps inside.
Hoping for the best. She goes out and explores the space. We've tried to prepare her as best we can. We've built a nice little subgroup around her to kind of be that emotional support for her when she goes out into a new scary environment, because she's not going to have Kangu with her. She's a bright girl, and I think she's desperate to get outside. So yeah, I'm just so happy that she's finally going to get to go out.
Brian, Nari and Lulu are already in the enclosure as Sean opens the slide to let Sasha out. Big boss Brian gives her an enthusiastic welcome before she sets off to explore. Sasha and Kangu had outdoor and indoor space at their Buenos Aires home, but nothing on the scale of Brian's enclosure. The climbing frame is 15 metres high.
She's obviously a little bit nervous. You can kind of see it in her face as she's going around, and this is all very, very new, completely different country and climate. I don't think she's ever been on a climbing frame with such height and complexity before. It's all very new and exciting. She's got Tuan, a big, massive orangutan staring at her. So yeah, it's going to be a nervous day for her, I think. But yeah, you get used to it in the end. It's early days and looking very positive so far.
Nari casts herself in the role of Sasha's chaperone, following her wherever she goes and offering reassurance. There's a lot to take in, not just the new surroundings, but everything outside the enclosure too. Lots of other primates are visible from the top of the climbing frame, but Sasha takes everything in her stride.
It's kind of like the perfect moment when you rescue a new chimp, just to see them go outside and be in the group and, you know, feel the grass under their toes for that first time. Physically, it's going to be a huge benefit. You know, they're meant to be up and off the ground, they're meant to be climbing, they're meant to have these complex spaces, and that is exactly what she has now. Yeah, it's just wonderful, but it's another stepping stone, which is great, but we've still got a long, long way to go.
The woolly monkey population at the park has increased in recent months with 2 new arrivals. Bonita, who is Olivia's first baby, and Levi, son to super mum Zingu. They're all part of Levar's group, which now numbers 9. The new additions have meant space is becoming a bit tight at their house. As a result, the primate care staff have decided to change things around. Lavar's troop are going to swap house and enclosure with Enzo's troop of 6.
It's really nice and stimulating for them. Yes, these guys are territorial, but giving them a change of scenery can just add a lot of stimulation and a lot more fun for the kids as well to explore a new environment. Also, we've got a group of 9 here now, so we think that maybe they could do with moving into our new big woolly house, which is located at the pond enclosure.
Enzo's troop will be first to make the move.
All looking very eager.
It should be all fairly straightforward. There's a large system of tunnels connecting Enzo's pond enclosure to Lavar's caged enclosure.
Come on then. 1, 2, 3, 4.
But first, Sharon lets the group into familiar territory. The pond enclosure. They charge through, expecting to find a healthy breakfast.
Good girl. Are they all out? I know they're probably thinking there's something exciting out there now. Good girl.
But they're going to be disappointed. Sharon is saving that for when they reach their new home.
Right, OK.
Time for the next stage.
Come on, Willy Monkeys! Yeah! Come on, everybody!
Enticing the group of 6 into the tunnel connecting the enclosure to Lavar's smaller caged enclosure.
Yeah, well done. Good boy, Enzo.
And then straight on into the forest enclosure, where breakfast is waiting for them. Apart from Isla, it's unfamiliar territory. But they're not daunted.
That's everybody. Well done. Oh, not back that way, mister. Oh, good boy. Go and explore.
They've all made it, and there's lots of excited trills and contact calls as they start to explore the new space. Enzo checks out everything, performing his job as leader, making sure all is safe for his group. Pakaya concentrates on her maternal duties. She's mum to Enzo's 2 daughters, Enya and Esme. Both are growing up fast and becoming independent little characters. Part 1 of the woolly move has gone like clockwork.
So the next step is to move Lavars out from their playroom across the same tunnel to the large enclosure. Ideally, we want them to go down to the house because there are 2 very long connecting tunnels, which is our bigger concern because these guys aren't used to them. So we want them to be familiar with how to get down into their house. And yeah, maybe just let them stay in the sort of smaller enclosure for today.
This group is larger, with 9 members. 2 are barely 6 months old.
Come on then! Well done!
Bonita is Olivia's first infant, and she seems reluctant to move through to the new enclosure.
Come on then!
Olivia is a young mum, keen to protect her baby. The tunnel and enclosure are all new, and she's unsure what to do. Even encouragement from her own mum, Zingu, isn't enough to persuade her through.
She's just trying to figure out what to do, but it's a completely new stretch of tunnel, entering a completely new territory. So she's got a little baby. You can understand her being a little bit cautious as to where she's going to go with her little one. So it's a waiting game.
Lavar goes back to try and encourage her.
Come on then!
It works. Olivia finally summons the courage to enter the enclosure with Bonita on board. Just one more step. Now all 9 need to go into the caged enclosure next to their new house. This time, they don't need much encouragement.
This way, kids!
The move is complete, with 15 woolies moved without the stress of being crated. Enzo's group now have the space of the large forest enclosure to enjoy. and Lavar's group get to discover their new space, which will include the larger indoor facilities. For the Woolly team, it's job well done. With the seasons starting to change, and the days getting shorter and colder, many of the park's primates are spending more of their time in the warmth and comfort of their houses. For the primate care staff, it's important to encourage the animals outside for fresh air and to burn off some energy. Today, they hope to persuade the park's two Saki monkeys, Desmond and Chloe, out into their enclosure. Elle's tactic is to put out some freshly cut browse laden with tiny crab apples. They're high in antioxidants and an excellent source of fibre and vitamin C. It might also appeal to the third member of the group, Loki the marmoset.
Obviously, common marmosets and Sakis wouldn't be found naturally together in the wild, but they make a really good group. The two Sakis are a little bit older now, so they're a little bit slower, and Loki's kind of like the crazy young one in the group that they've adopted. They seem to get on pretty well.
Despite the age and mobility difference, Elle is confident the two Sakis will get their share of today's treat.
Chloe is turning 30 this year, so she's really old. However, she will give it a good go. She'll probably go for the branches that are quite closer to the platforms, whereas Desmond is probably going to go for the more challenging ones because he's younger, he's got more of the ability to stretch and grab.
Elle opens up and Loki is straight into the enclosure, keen to explore and check out anything new. His first move is to start gouging into the fresh bark to release the sap. Then he scent marks the branches, claiming them as his territory. Saki monkeys and marmosets, like humans, have colour vision, so they have no problem spotting the bright fruits amongst all the foliage. Chloe is the more adventurous of the pair. Straight away, she tucks into a juicy crabapple. White-faced Saki monkeys eat mainly fruit. They have robust incisors and canines, allowing them to break through tough skins and shells. Their diet also consists of seeds, nuts, leaves, and insects. The pair are devoted to each other, and Desmond is very protective of his mate. Wherever she goes, he follows. They're never apart for long. The enclosure has been adapted to accommodate the elderly Sakis, but still has plenty for a lively and energetic marmoset to enjoy.
The enclosure is really well built for the both of them. We've got some really high branches, we've got some low branches and platforms dotted around the place. And not just that, some ladders to make it easier for our old Sakis to get around in comparison to Loki, who can jump through the branches.
The trio are savouring today's treat, and the team plan to leave the branches in place to give them the opportunity to forage and enjoy the browse for as long as they like. Every so often, the park receives unusual donations from the public, and the primate care team do their best to put them to good use. Today, Donna's using her initiative to find something fun to do with a donated child's play pit. Her solution? Filling it with hundreds of pine cones to entertain one of the capuchin groups.
We're going to mix some food in with that. I'm going to give it to Kids Range Group. It's pretty simple, very natural, encourages foraging behaviour, so hopefully they're going to really like it. So these are just pine cones that have naturally fallen, so they're going to have all sorts of bugs and creepy crawlies and stuff in them as well. They've actually been lying around for quite a while now, so they'll not only get the food, but they'll get whatever else they can find as well.
Donna is adding some bananas into the mix, including the skins, which the capuchins also like to eat.
The capuchins are really notorious for just chewing their food and then spitting out all the skin and bits like that, so they don't actually get a lot of fibre in their diet. So when they do eat the banana skin, it's really good for them.
The play pit is ready, and the capuchins are let into the enclosure. There are only 6 in this group, and they're led by Gizmo, the only male. He's attracted by the play pit straight away and starts to forage enthusiastically. The rest of the troop are females. 4 of them, Sophia, Ginger, Maddie and Maggie, were rescued along with 84 others from a Chilean laboratory in 2008. Chuck was a victim of the British pet trade and arrived at the park 3 years ago. Like Gizmo, she was being kept in appalling conditions in a totally inadequate outdoor space. She had just one tiny lamp to keep her warm in extremely cold conditions, a poor diet, and no companionship. She arrived at Monkey World with little knowledge of how to be a capuchin. But her turnaround has been remarkable.
All of her behaviours have really come on leaps and bounds. She really didn't know how to act like a capuchin at all when she first came. Even things that we take for granted with our guys, like urine washing and anointing behaviours with things like chilies and onions. She would just sit there looking at the others like, what are you doing? Whereas now you give her an onion and she absolutely loves it. She gets right in there, chews it up and gets it all over her body.
The girls have all hung back while Gizmo tucks in. But now it's their turn, and they're all keen to forage. Maddie is the dominant female. She searches for any banana left by Gizmo before an insect catches her eye. Got it! Capuchins are problem solvers, able to manipulate objects with their hands very much like humans. The pine cones are a perfect challenge, and they're all busy foraging, with Gizmo getting more than his fair share.
I think once he realised that there was banana in there, he's now having a whale of a time. The girls are probably going to be a little bit reluctant to go over whilst Gizmo's there because he can be a little bit unpredictable sometimes. But hopefully he'll get bored and then give everyone else a little go in a minute.
The play pit has been a success, replicating natural foraging behaviours. It's given the 6 capuchins something to think about and kept them stimulated and interested. And in the coming days, they can rummage to their heart's content. Next time on Monkey Life. The team at the park's sister sanctuary in Vietnam do their best to care for little Kui, a rescued Duke monkey who's just arrived at the centre.
We have a team of 4 people at the moment trying to keep little Kui going and getting stronger and stronger.
And slimmed-down Loris Zuli finds a mate.